Hey Warriors, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Today we have a makeover of an MCM nightstand. We found this on Facebook Marketplace for $10. Wait till you see what was under all that stain. So as always, we're going to start by cleaning the unit. A little bit about this unit. It was made by Century Furniture, and Century was established in 1947. Originally, they were a selling agent for local upholstery lines, and within the first couple of years, they diversified into manufacturing furniture. Though the company went through many changes over the years, just as late as July of 2013, Alex Shuford II and his children formed RHF Investments, and they acquired Century Furniture from the parent company, CVI, making them the sole owners of Century Furniture and its wholly owned subsidiaries. At this time, Alex Shuford III was named president of Century Furniture, marking the succession of the third family generation to lead Century. And also in July of 2013, Century Furniture was awarded the Icon 2013 America's Mart Medal of Excellence honor. The honor marks and celebrates Century Furniture's long-standing role as a leading force in American home furnishings design, maintaining levels of workmanship, craft, and quality. Past recipients have included the Museum of Modern Art in New York City, Historic Williamsburg Anthropology, and Restoration Hardware. So once again, we need to find out what is going to take off the stain that's on here. And we were told it's stain, but I'm not sure what type of stain. So we're going to try some stripper. But before I do that, I'm going to put some tape . Before we do that, I'm going to put a little piece of tape on the inside of the drawer here, just so stripper doesn't drip through. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll put some stripper on, and we'll see what it does. Okay, so I'm being a little impatient here, but I kind of touched this with a screwdriver right here, and it started coming off. So I want to see if this is really doing the trick here, and I believe it is. And it is. This is going to work nice. Okay, so I'll put some more on here, and then we'll go at it again, but this is going to work. I want to talk a little bit about how we make the decision as to what we're doing when it comes to some of these pieces. Generally, if we're doing a piece that's like 1970s or later, generally we would just go ahead and paint it. We may, depending on the piece, if it has like a solid wood top or a veneer top, we may do something with the top as far as sanding and staining to give it some contrast. But generally, 70s furniture and later is going to have a lot of paint on it. Furniture that was made in the 50s and 60s, depending on the style, sometimes we'll paint, sometimes we'll restore. And that's kind of the difference between a makeover and a restoration. If it's MCM furniture like this, we would much prefer to restore it rather than paint it. However, that's something that sometimes has to be decided as we go along. And in the case of this piece, as much as we would have liked to have just restored this, the side panels and inside the cubby was sanded. Well, we saw some white paint on this one, so we think that this was painted white, maybe sanded before it was painted. Then all the white paint was sanded off. Then it was stained, and the stain job wasn't all that great. We're not sure what kind of stain they used or how they applied it. But as we started working on the piece, there were areas that were already blown through the veneer, and the side panels are really thin, and as we started sanding, we could see places where, on the other side, where we started to blow through the veneer a little bit, and there was still black in there, which means that the veneer was so thin that the stain has absorbed all the way through the veneer, so there was no way we were getting all the black out. So that being the case, we're going to do some painting on these panels and on the inside, but we prefer to keep as much of the wood as we can. And generally on MCM furniture, if we can, we'd like to keep all the wood. Now, being that it's teak, we could get a veneer, a teak veneer, and replace this, but it's also very expensive. And quite frankly, this is how we put food on the table. So there's business considerations, financial considerations, and if we spent the money on doing a new veneer on some of this, we really would not get out of it what we put into it, or it'd be very little profit, especially when you consider the time that we put in. So then if you get down later than that into like the 30s and 40s furniture, it kind of depends on the style. Again, we prefer to use all the wood if we can, but there are some of those pieces that are just so badly damaged, it just doesn't make sense to be replacing all the wood and all the veneer. So generally we try to restore, we try to keep as much of the wood as we can on like the 60s and earlier furniture. It's not always possible, unfortunately, but that's what we try to do. So the decision as to what we actually do with the piece sometimes comes after we start sanding and looking at what we've got on the piece. Okay, so we're going to paint the panels, the inside, and we'll get to that. We like using tape because it just gives it such a good straight line. And Cindy's a very enthusiastic painter.
Yes, I'm an enthusiastic painter.
Okay, so we're getting ready to start our second coat of the Rethunk Junk in Midnight on these black areas. We're doing the sides and then the cubby. But we want to take a second. We wanted to thank Deanna. She sent us a 65 pack of veneer sheets that are really going to come in handy. I mean, there's all kinds of, just about everything you can think of. So that's going to come in really handy because then we can match up veneers when we have veneer repairs to do. We can cut from these and make repairs in veneer. So this is going to come in really handy. Deanna, thank you for sending that from our Amazon wish list.
Thank you, Deanna.
We appreciate that. And then we also just wanted to give a quick shout out to those who have supported us through the Buy Me a Coffee. As you know, we're putting that money aside in an account to purchase a furniture refinish tool kit. Yeah, it has like 100 different or over 100 different items for refinishing, repairing. There's tools and all kinds of stuff in there. So that's like $1,500, and I think we're over $500 now. We had more people give to us through the Buy Me a Coffee, and we sold some furniture, and we're putting some of each furniture sale in there. So we're over a third of the way there. So thank you everybody who gave to the Buy Me a Coffee. And if you'd like to support us, there's links down in the description. And also you can support us just by simply liking the video and subscribing. That goes just as far, and we appreciate our subscribers and the people who like our videos just every bit as much as those who are donating in other ways. Yes. So we appreciate that. Let's move on and paint this our second coat. That's good. Okay, so we're going to use the wipe on poly. Bring out the color in this wood.
you want a dish to pour that in? So you can dip your rag in?
Yeah, maybe when I get to the other. Okay, that's good. Okay, Warriors, pretty much done. Just got to pull a couple pieces of tape off. And we got to put our hardware on. There's only one little knob that we're putting on. And let's go ahead and show you what we started with, and then we'll show you the final reveal. Well, there you have it. $10 Facebook Marketplace find into a nice MCM gem. Let us know what you think in the comments. And as always, have a flippin' awesome day.